Letta is an open source framework for building stateful AI agents with persistent memory and advanced reasoning capabilities. We have been covering Letta for the last 8 months or so, and you can check out various videos on Letta. We have installed it locally, we have configured it with Olama and various other LLM providers. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use these agent files with Letta and what actually is the purpose. Now, this Letta allows agents to maintain context and state across conversation indefinitely. Whereas agent file, another project from the same creator, is a standardized format that packages all components of a stateful agent, including system prompt, memory blocks, tool configurations, message history, and LLM settings into a single portable file. And that is what we are going to install in this video. This is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel as that helps a lot. The primary use case for this agent file is enabling seamless sharing, versioning, and migration of AI agents between different systems and frameworks. Developers can create specialized agents like customer support bots, research assistants, or workflow agents, export them as .af files, and easily distribute them to others or deploy them across different environments while preserving the agent's complete state, personality, and learned behavior. Let's get it installed and we will see it in action. I'm going to use this Ubuntu system. I have one GPU card, NVIDIA RTX A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM. I'm going to create a virtual environment with Conda. If you're also interested in renting a GPU or VM on very affordable price, you can find the link to Mass Compute in video's description with a discount coupon code of 50% for range of GPUs. Our environment is created. Now, in order to use agent file, of course, you need to have Letta installed beforehand. So in order to install Letta, I'm just going to use this git clone command, and then it is going to download the Letta for me. Now, in this video, just for the purpose of demo, I'm going to use OpenAI's model. But if you're interested in using local models, just go to my channel, search with Letta, and you will be able to configure the Letta with Olama based local models so that you don't have to pay anything for API keys. Okay, let's go back, and our repo is cloned. Let me clear the screen. I'm going to set my OpenAI's API key and then I'm going to clear my screen. If you are following along with the same key, you would need to go to platform.openai.com, grab your key and then put it in here, and that is a paid option. So let me put in my key and clear the screen. Now the best way to install Letta is to have Docker installed, and I have a recent version of Docker installed. If you don't know how to do it, just search my channel. And the command to run Letta with Docker is, so you see that it is running the Letta on our local host at port 8283. I'm also specifying the OpenAI's API key from my environment, and it is downloading the Letta image with the latest tag, and it is also putting in that Postgres database at the location we specified. And this is going to take some time. So while that happens, let me also introduce you to sponsors of the video, who are Camel. Camel is an open source community focused on building multi-agent infrastructures for finding the scaling laws with applications in data generation, task automation, and world simulation. And there you go, our Letta server is now running on our local host at port 8283. I will just keep this terminal open. I'm just going to open another terminal, and then we will install agent file. Now, in order to install it, all you need to do is to git clone the repo. I will drop the link to it in video's description. And in order to get the agent file, one thing you can do, you can simply go to the repo of agent file, click on download.af files, and you can see that there are a lot of agent files which they have provisioned, so that you can just simply run it and then see how exactly it goes. So for example, you can download with the agent with memory management tool, and they have shared two example files, a fresh agent and one with an existing history. So similarly, you have this customer support and few others. So maybe we can just go and download this prefill, right click on it, save link as, just save it anywhere in your system. So I think I already have a directory for my agent, so I'm just going to put it here, and that is downloaded. And now you can simply import or access that agent into Letta. Letta is running at port 8283, and the API endpoint for agent import is this. All we are doing at that endpoint, we are importing customer service or whatever the name of that file is. Let me grab the name of that file. I think it's not customer service. Let's quickly check the name of the file. So this is the agent we are going to import. So let's run this. And there you go, it was fairly quick, and I just had to add this file is equal to add here before the file name, and you can see it has created this new agent after importing it, and this is the ID of that agent which you can reuse, and I will show you how shortly. But you can see all the configuration of the agent, including system prompt, all of the configuration settings, everything is here. You see, even the existing configuration is here if you closely look here. So pretty interesting and really makes it portable. Another cool feature of Letta is that you can easily use it in your Python code and Node.js. For instance, you want to import the agent through your Python code. For that, let's first install the Letta client, and I'm installing it in the same environment. That is done. Let me open the VS Code to show you the code, and I will also show you the format of that agent file. And this is the simple code to import the agent into Letta by using this Python code. Similarly, you can use the Node.js. All we are doing, we are importing the library, we are instantiating the Letta client at this default port, and then we are using the import agent command to import the agent, and we have just given it the path. And it's a different agent which we are using here. You can see that I'm just using this customer service, and then opening it in this mode, and it is going to print the ID of that agent. Let me run this. And now when you run the script, that should display the ID. There you go. So it has imported this agent in the .af file, the customer service one, and this is the ID of that. Now let me first show you how you can export it in the .af file, and then I will show you the structure of .af file. So in order to export the agent, all you need to do is to use this command. So instead of import, just use the export command. Also in their new SDK, I think they have removed this serialized, and the other way of doing it is through their graphical user interface, which I will make another video of. But for the purpose of this one, if you want to do it programmatically, this is a really good way of doing so. And in order to export it, all you need to do is to provide that agent ID which I just showed you. Okay, so now let me show you the structure of it. So this is the structure of the agent in this .af format, and if you look at it, it is primarily a simple JSON text which includes all the agent configuration that contains system prompts, memory blocks, IDs, and then tool configuration. Then you can have as many tools as you like, and there is a lot of information here. You can also implement some of the message history just to have a conversational agent, and then you can put it in the LLM settings too. So primarily you are just creating a portable agent which you would be able to import and export anywhere, and you just create, maybe even you can just create this agent in one Letta environment and then move it to your production. I don't think so this is supported by other frameworks, so it is just confined to Letta, but I think this could be a good standard starting point for a standardized agent configuration, so that if you create an agent in one framework, you should be able to easily use it in another. Or when the agents are talking with each other, if they are following the same standard, I think it just makes it very easy programmatically. That's it. Let me know what do you think about this agent file. Please like the video and share it, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do so as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.